What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo Anthony. Bail reduction. We got to talk about it. There's some video of the attorney speaking after Karmelo Anthony. Let me just make sure they didn't post anything new. I was hoping we get to see the inside of a courtroom, but I found video of them speaking outside of the courtroom. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't get to see anything of them. So he's probably going to get out. He's probably going to get out because if you look at Karmelo, we're going to take a look at the video. Karmelo Anthony give, send, go. Carmelo's give, send, go. Let's check out today how much it's reached. It's almost at 500,000. Okay, let's take a look at that. Let me switch the screen. Boom. Almost at 500,000. Okay, the goal has been raised to 500,000, and so far they've reached 414,000. Okay, that's the official give, send, go. Now smash the topic here. He was standing outside of the courtroom. Let's check it out here. If you guys could help me out with the like button, please, because I don't think I have notifications yet. I have to check. We've been doing non-stop streams constantly. So if you guys, I just ask if you could please help me out with the like button and share if you want to also. We have notifications. Let's see. I don't know if we've caught up yet. Oh, I have a notification for this. That's nice. Okay, cool. I'll fast forward a little bit. Let's just smash the topic. Somebody that's out there locally. And if you didn't get to see, if you didn't know, Karmelo changed attorneys. They got a new attorney. And the new attorney that he has is really good. Out there in Texas. They switched out attorneys. This guy supposedly has a really good reputation. He's really good. Knows what he's doing. I forgot his name. I'll see if I can pull it up here. I had it somewhere. I forgot his name.
Coming in there.
We're going to see him talk here in a second. Okay, Mike Howard. Mike Howard. So apparently, okay, so this whole hearing was about bond reduction. Okay, it started at 9. I was trying to find a live thing for it and just didn't see it. And this is what we've learned. This is what we didn't get to see on video yet. So Anthony, he entered the courtroom in a gold jumpsuit, handcuffed and chained. I'm hoping at some point, I don't know if they were allowed to record or not. I'm hoping that they show some video later. So in a gold jumpsuit, handcuffed and chained. During the hearing, we learned that Karmelo is the oldest child and has 3 siblings, and the family moved to the DFW area in 2021. He was the captain of the football and track teams, and he had never been arrested before this incident. So, you know, we got to stick to the facts of the story on both sides, or whatever side, you know, whatever, you know. So people were saying there was like a criminal history. They also said they knew each other. That wasn't true. So no criminal history. He was the captain of the football and track team. He worked at Foot Locker for 2 years and worked a second job at HEB. I really hope that they post some video later that we can see. I don't understand too, because all this media was standing outside and they haven't posted any videos yet. I don't know what's the point of these people out there. They just did articles so far. Maybe they're saving it for later. So the defense attorney, the request is Anthony's attorney asked the judge to reduce his bond to $150,000. Defense attorney Mike Howard said, given that Karmelo has no prior criminal history, given that this man has not been in any sort of trouble before the $1 million is not necessary. The family needs to be able to survive. There needs to be a tremendous amount of pressure. I think at this point, living in a gated community, given everything, the safety of their children is very warranted. Security details and criminal defense attorneys are not cheap. Howard suggested putting Karmelo on an ankle monitor and imposing house arrest to give this young man a chance to get out of jail and to be with his family. In the cross-examination, again, I hope we get to actually see this. In the cross-examination, the prosecutor said that Anthony was in an altercation on February 4th. This altercation did not involve law enforcement. So I'm curious to know what exactly, let's see, we're here.
Good morning, everybody. There's not much I can say, but the judge...
Is the prosecutor...
Can you
come this way, or...?
Come closer. Sure.
Okay, that's fine, right there.
All right, there's not much I can say. The judge has made the call, and so what's important is what's next. Frisco PD will be finishing up their investigation. They will submit the case to my office. We will review it and ultimately present it to a grand jury. And so that's what's next. That's pretty much all I can say right now. We do our speaking in, as far as the facts go, in the courtroom. Many of you were in there, so you understand what was said. But this is a terrible tragedy for our entire, not just Frisco, but Collin County community. One family has suffered a permanent loss. It's the most unnatural thing for a parent to lose their child. It's permanent, it's profound, it's certainly premature, and it's the hardest thing that I think a human being can go through is to lose their child. The Anthony family has had a different kind of loss, but a loss nonetheless. But the judge has made her call, and we look forward to continuing the process and looking forward to reviewing all the facts of the case that Frisco PD is coming up with and present it to a grand jury. What we are concerned about as prosecutors is justice, truth, and accountability. And so we will go where the facts lead us. Thank you so much.
Could you speak about the security and the vitriol and just the safety even for the judge and your officer?
Well, this has definitely rocked our entire community. And so it has struck a nerve in the community. And it's hard for everybody to be level-headed at a time like this. So that's where we come in. It's our job to be level-headed, to be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it leads. Thank you so much.
And what is your
Thank you.
title? For those that don't know.
District Attorney.
District Attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Attorney.
District Attorney, and I'd like to say.
So let me pause it there for a second. Again, and great that Smash the Topic was out there to record this, because I haven't seen these media people post it. Only he did. I don't understand. So anyway, so the defense brings up the Anthony, like I said, they want to bring it down to a $150,000 bond, and that he has no prior criminal history, that he worked 2 jobs, and he was the captain of football and track team. Karmelo Anthony. Now, the prosecution had argued, and they said that, well, Anthony had an altercation February 4th at the school, okay, and this altercation did not involve law enforcement. It doesn't go into any further detail about that, because I don't know why. Did that altercation involve a knife? What's going on? Did he have any history in school? They also brought up the fundraising page that operated by Anthony's mother. The goal was raised from $450,000 to $500,000. It is currently at $412,000. Bill Werski, the Collin County first assistant, asked if they had more than $400,000. Why haven't they bonded him out yet? The family said it is a difficult process to get the money, and it isn't as simple as giving a phone call to access it. The family also said a lot of the money has to go to legal defense. Werski said this appears to be unjustified first-degree murder. For reasons unknown, the defendant brought a knife to a track meet for what probably could have been a fist fight at worst. The family could make this $1 million bond as soon as they get access to it. I don't know why we're here. That's what the prosecution was saying. He also said this has devastated 2 families. The judge ultimately reduced the bond to $250,000, and he's going to be placed on house arrest. We'll have to speak with a bailiff every Friday morning. He's not allowed to be on social media. Okay, we're going to see now the attorney come speak. They were talking about security issues. They faced the Judge Tucker said they've never had the security issues they faced with this case. So they're concerned about security. This is people feel really, strongly about this. She also said that during the hearing that this bond hearing, and this is a bond hearing, not a trial. And at the bond hearing, you don't get everything.
How you doing?
How you doing, Bob?
Doing good. You don't come up this far north usually, do you?
Man, I had come for this, baby.
Everywhere. You didn't take no questions.
No, and then who else we waiting on? That's all.
Well, the families are all still inside as far as we can tell, unless they get them out the back. They don't usually do that, but they got cars out here, so.
But I think the lawyer's supposed to come up here and say something.
Yeah, but they told us they had this weird rule. We can only interview the DA inside the lobby. Everybody else has to be interviewed outside.
Oh, so now we gotta go out.
Yeah, so that's why everybody's packing up now.
Okay.
If they come out and say anything, we gotta do it out there.
Okay.
Judge Tucker, and she sat down real serious.
So we gotta go outside, guys. For this. How you been doing? You been alright? This your neck of the woods.
Yeah. I just live 15 minutes down the road.
All right, I'm going to fast forward a little bit to where the guys come out.
House arrest. Turn it out. I think that's
And what the judge quoted. And for those of us who have our personal opinions, personal feelings,
Oh, she's extreme.
I'll stay on.
He'll be out tonight.
Somebody. So we waiting on a lawyer. They said you can only talk to the DA on the inside, but the lawyer you gotta talk to him on the outside. So
That's not fair.
after that $250,000 reduction, you know what I mean? Other people saying it ain't fair. So, but see, this goes to show. See, it seems like it's murder first, now manslaughter. Then what's the other one when you ain't supposed to have the weapon, unauthorized, prohibited other weapons? It's called something. Them the ones. So it didn't drop. It seems like it should be the most manslaughter, the least having the weapons on the premises. So, because murder got to be intent.
Yeah.
They didn't even know each other, so they take the intent out.
Exactly.
But if that video.
I think the reason that family representative came out to and emphasized, like, hey, we got to stick to the truth, and they didn't know each other is because of this whole intent thing. You know what I'm saying? But there were a lot of these people were running around and jumping with this thing of they knew each other and posting pictures and all this. They knew each other. But once they realized, like, oh, shit, this doesn't benefit his case, they're like, oh, yeah, we stick to the truth. They didn't know each other. Yeah.
Show that they tried to jump on them. That's at the fence. They tried to jump on them.
And then there's still people going around, people believe that the two of them were bullying him and they were trying to jump on him or jump him or attack him, or Quanell X was saying punched him. Supposedly there's video. We'll see if that video gets released. Supposedly that family, I don't know if it was a family attorney or the representative, claimed there's video.
That's at the fence. Now you only getting charged with just having a weapon
On a prohibited
premises. That's it. So.
Well, when I went to school, there were some people planning on jumping me, and I took my sister's knife to school at Gaston, and they only charged me with having a weapon on a prohibited premises.
Let me see something.
So they haven't even processed. So they're gonna try to make bond and they're gonna use some of
Okay.
those funds.
Here we go.
But we don't know when it will be. Oh, here they come.
Here's the attorney. This is the family. Like, I forgot what network he's with. Okay.
We can't do this in here. We have to go. We have to go out. We have to go out.
What's up, John? What's up, John?
What up, G?
What's up with it? Okay. This is Karmelo Anthony lawyer. Come on with.
Right here on that crowd.
Right up front. Go ahead and mic you up.
Y'all ready?
Get that closer, Billy.
Are you ready? 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds? Okay. Good? Everybody good? Every Texan has the right to defend themselves when they reasonably fear for their life. Self-defense is a protection that applies to each and every one of us. There are two sides to every story. And Karmelo is a 17-year-old kid and an excellent student. He is the captain of his track team. He is the captain of his football team. And prior to this, what was on his mind was what college he was going to go to. This is a tragedy all the way around for both families. Rushing to judgment, trial by public perception and trial by media is not how we ensure justice is done. We are confident that after a full investigation, that the truth will come out. Thank you.
Mike, you took umbrage with the state's assessment that this was simple and brutal. Why so?
Well, the fact of the matter is, like I said, there's two sides to every story, and we've only heard one side. In any criminal case, the police investigate, and the defense is always far behind that. And so it is a one-sided investigation to this point, and even that investigation is still ongoing. So to say that it happened this way or that way is just not accurate at this point. All of the facts are going to come out, and that's why our system of justice requires that we keep our minds open and we let the facts come out as they are after a full investigation.
Is your client going to be able to make bond and get out today?
I anticipate that he will be able to make bond. I can't speak to how quickly that will go. Funds, in the funds that have been raised are not quick to come out. And then, there's obviously a process to the release process once bond is posted.
The big question that a lot of people have is, why was this young man armed on school property?
That's an understandable question, but
He's not gonna be able to answer.
it's
He's
not
not going to
something
answer.
that, frankly, we're prepared to even go into. This is something that I know the police and the prosecution want to get it right and want to have a full and fair investigation, and so do we. So it would be irresponsible for me or them at this point to start saying, this is what happened, this is why, anything. So I understand that's a big question. It's going to be a big question, and it's something that we will find out, and we ask that the public, as hard as it is, withhold judgment and let both of these families have justice, that let both of these young men, the Metcalf family and the memory of who they've lost, but also Karmelo, have a fair and full justice process.
How has he?
Ultimately, your feeling on the reduction of this bond, you feel it's fair?
Yeah, I feel it's fair. Bond, as the judge said, is not supposed to be an instrument of oppression. It's not supposed to keep people in jail. It's not supposed to punish. It's supposed to ensure that a person shows up to court, complies with all conditions, and it's supposed to keep the community safe. So this is a large and substantial bond, and the judge has, I think, rightly imposed reasonable conditions that will ensure both Karmelo and the Anthony family's safety, but also the safety of the community.
What was Carmelo's reaction today? He didn't seem very talkative toward you. And how has jail, I guess, been so far for this teenager? And is he on suicide watch or anything like that?
I honestly can't speak to Karmelo's reaction because I was so focused on the hearing and what was going on and what the judge was saying. I think we have to all remember Karmelo is a 17-year-old kid who's never been in any sort of trouble before. If you can just put yourself in his shoes, this is a scary, bewildering process, and I can't even imagine what was going through his head, just as I'm sure I can't imagine what was going through the heads of the Metcalf family. So, this is something that is new to all of them and incredibly trying.
So for people who want to know, why were you selected? I mean, what is your experience? I mean, you had to be really good.
I can't speak as to why I was selected.
Why would they pick him? He's white.
In any case, it's important to have an attorney that you connect with, that you feel has the right amount of experience and the right investment in the case. And I'm not speaking to anybody else. I just know that that's important in any case.
Just how unsafe does this family feel? You mentioned it multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to speak for them at this point, but I think you can imagine the press coverage on this case has been immense, and the online and public reaction has been immense. And unfortunately, as is common in our culture, especially lately, the vitriol and the public reaction, one way or the other, has been intense. And threats and talk of race war and all kinds of insanity isn't good for, obviously, the Anthony family. It's not good for the Metcalf family. It's not good for the peace and safety of our community. So, I would ask, and I know both sides would ask, that the temperature on this be allowed to come down. That the media, you guys have a job to do, and I understand that everyone does. But at the same time, we just ask everyone in the public and everywhere to let this process play out fairly and fully for both sides. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Grab that mic from you. Thank you so much.
I almost took your mic.
So that's the attorney.
Hey, how you doing?
It's the not the Metcalf. Karmelo Anthony attorney. Smash the topic. Local out of Texas.
Y'all be safe.
Okay.
SB3.
So it was low, but 2,000. So I already know, you know what I'm saying? So 50,000. Some people might even do it for 20. The 0.2 guys, they ain't want that bond low. But see, you gotta look at it at this point too, guys. 250,000 is the bond reduction. 25,000 to get out, 10%. Some people might even do it for 20, depending, I know about this because my bond was 350,000, so I got out on 12,000. So I already know, you know what I'm saying? So you might get it down to 15, 10. So I know for a fact it can be done. But anyway, this ain't about me. It's long time ago, guys. Long time ago. But anyway, so now people, like the situation go, murder, manslaughter, prohibited weapons on school grounds. I'm gonna say that.
Okay. So he will be getting out for sure, without a doubt. You do the math and you look at the give, say, and go. They have the money to get out. It's just a matter of when. I would think should be soon. Huge bail reduction. So it was went from 1 million to 250,000. The court, he faces first-degree murder charge for the stabbing of Austin Metcalf, and Anthony has more than $400,000. We know that. They were asking for 150. They got 250, and they asked why haven't they gotten them out yet. They're saying that to get the money, I don't know. I guess it's going to take some time. It's a process. Let's see what else. Okay. Also, the other thing. This is the attorney here. Let's see real quick. Oh, I don't want to do that. Post. Okay. One thing here I just wanted to touch on in this video. This is the real Dana. Judge Joe Brown. You guys probably should have heard of this guy at some point in your life. Let's see. He talked about the bond. This was before this whole thing happened. He felt that 1 million was too much. Dana with the data. Mike, you remember that shit? On short terrain, yeah.
So
Dana with the data.
Okay,
so that, I just want to play that part. I didn't actually get to listen to her whole video with Judge Joe Brown. He has some interesting takes on case. I don't know his thoughts on this whole situation. I just know his thoughts on the bond thing. So, not surprising to me, not surprising from $1 million that it was, dropped down to something less. I wish we could have seen video. If it does come out, I don't know if it's because he's 17, even though he's being tried as an adult, I believe. I don't know why they didn't post the video of the actual inside so we can could have got a visual. We only saw the outside, but not surprising. I'm curious to see the turnout. I am curious to see the turnout of this whole situation. Is it going to be? Are they going to rule in self-defense? I don't think he comes out of this unscathed. I don't. I mean, at least for having the weapon on school property or school grounds type of thing, even though it wasn't at the school, it was a track meet thing. And at least manslaughter, I'm thinking it's going to get something like that. I don't know. It really depends. But there's a lot of misinformation online, a whole bunch of just incorrect information. So we'll have to see. I think, of course, I think this was wrong, completely wrong. Why do that? Why anything really? So, all right. When I say wrong, Karmelo stabbing him, to that level. But I have another live stream that I want to do because I want to talk about Cody, and there's potentially something else happening. When is this from? This is now. There might be something happening. Oh, man. I don't even know if we're going to make it to the next live. Let me see. Hold on a second. Oh. No details, though. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. We might have to switch up. Uh-oh. We might have to postpone the other shit. Okay, hold on. We gotta switch up, Pippin. Oh. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to push the other one back for later. Give me 1 second. 1 second. This is so hard. What the hell is that? So weird. Okay. There might be something going on. I don't know. I'm gonna take a look. So much going on, man, everywhere. It's just craziness all over the world. Let me see if this is about to go live, and then I'll switch us over. Let's see. All right, give it a minute or two. In the meantime, I'm just gonna make a thumbnail. I had a whole nother thing we're gonna jump on, but I can push that thing back to a little bit later. So we can listen to a little bit of Dana.
Out bullies. And the bullies are sissies. They like to pop caps on people instead of going toe to toe.
Toe to toe.
And
hold on, George. Talk about it. Hold on.
Republic that has.
It's over. I'm still trying to track a little more information down.
Good morning, everybody. It's great to be back.
Hold on a second. Let me see about this. All right, well, let's do this. We're gonna jump to this for now. I don't know if this is a nothing burger or not, but we'll jump to this. And this will have to switch to like 3:30 or something. All right, so I want to redirect us to the situation that's currently happening now. We're going to pivot a little bit. We're going to go to this other live. There's some type of major police presence going on at United Healthcare campus, UHC campus. So we're going to switch over there. Let me drop the link in the chat in case it doesn't work for you. Link in the chat. And be nice to each other. Okay, I'll see you guys soon.